Hold onto your hats, Cowboys Nation. The Green Bay Packers have just handed you a golden opportunity, one that could change the trajectory of your defense for years to come. Jaire Alexander, the two-time Pro Bowler and former All-Pro cornerback, is now a free agent. And the Dallas Cowboys? Well, they're sitting pretty with a glaring need at cornerback. Could this be the match made in football heaven? All right, Cowboys Nation, buckle up because we've got breaking news that could completely shift the power dynamics in the NFC. The Dallas Cowboys may have just been handed a golden opportunity, one that doesn't come often, and one that could potentially redefine their defensive identity for years to come. The Green Bay Packers, in a move that shocked much of the football world, have officially released star cornerback Jaire Alexander. Yes, you heard that right, Jaire Alexander, the former All-Pro, the lockdown corner, the guy who's made Aaron Rodgers nod in approval and wide receivers tremble at the line of scrimmage. And now he's just out there. Free. Available. And if you're a Cowboys fan, or frankly just a fan of elite football IQ and hard-hitting defense, you know exactly what this could mean for Dallas. Let's rewind a bit and set the stage. Jaire Alexander, drafted in the first round by the Packers back in 2018, quickly ascended into the upper echelon of NFL cornerbacks. He wasn't just good, he was elite. Sticky in man coverage, instinctual in zone, aggressive at the point of attack, and vocal as a leader, Alexander quickly became the face of the Packers' secondary. He had that swagger, that grit, that no-fly zone presence that very few defensive backs ever truly establish. But like with many stars in the NFL, time, injuries, and internal issues can lead to a shocking downfall. The 2023 and 2024 seasons were tough for Jaire. He battled injuries, nagging back and shoulder issues, followed by a nasty PCL tear that sidelined him for a good chunk of 2024. But what made headlines wasn't just the injuries. It was his suspension for conduct detrimental to the team. A guy once revered as a locker room tone setter suddenly found himself at odds with the coaching staff. Reports of tension, disagreements over assignments, and even a rumored dispute with defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley began surfacing. And just like that, whispers turned to noise, and now noise has turned into reality. The Packers, choosing to prioritize cap space and locker room harmony, decided to move on. And in doing so, they've inadvertently handed the Cowboys a once-in-a-decade opportunity to upgrade one of the few question marks on their otherwise loaded roster. Now let's pivot to Dallas. We know this team is hungry. The 2024 campaign ended in heartbreak, again, with a playoff exit that left fans devastated and analysts wondering what's missing from this squad. The offense? Electric when it clicks. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, they've got weapons. The defensive line? Dominant. Micah Parsons is a game wrecker, a guy you game plan around. The linebacker core? Solid. And in the secondary, you've got the ball-hawking Trayvon Diggs, who, when healthy, is one of the most dangerous cornerbacks in the league. And it's a big but this defense still has holes. Injuries to Diggs and others have exposed a lack of depth, and while players like Darren Bland have stepped up admirably, there's no question that adding a second elite corner could take this defense from great to absolutely terrifying. Enter Jaire Alexander. Think about this. You line up Diggs on one side and Alexander on the other. Two corners with swagger, instincts, and shutdown ability. Now offenses can't pick a side. They can't isolate on your weaker DB. Suddenly, you're dictating the game on the perimeter. You're giving Micah and that ferocious pass rush an extra second or two to get home. You're forcing bad throws, rush decisions, turnovers. And we know how Dan Quinn or whoever inherits this defense loves versatility. Alexander fits right in. He can play man, zone, press, off, whatever you need. He's also not afraid to mix it up and run support, which the Cowboys scheme demands. This isn't just a luxury move. This is strategic chess. Now, yes, I can hear some of you saying, what about the money? And you're not wrong. The Cowboys aren't exactly swimming in cap space. But let's be real, creative structuring, backloaded deals, and bonuses make anything possible in today's NFL. If Jerry Jones wants this to happen, and let's be honest, when Jerry sets his mind to a star player, things tend to move, then the Cowboys can make it work. And think about what this signals. Bringing in Alexander doesn't just improve the roster. It tells the locker room, we're not settling. We're going for it. After years of playoff heartbreaks, Dallas needs that kind of message. One that says, we're done hoping. We're stacking talent. We're coming for rings. And if you're Alexander, what better place to reset your career? You land in Dallas, America's team with a national spotlight, a passionate fan base, a winning culture, and a defense that's one piece away from dominance. You're not being asked to carry the whole secondary. You're playing opposite Diggs. You're letting Micah and Lawrence generate pressure. You're flying around, making plays, proving that you're still that guy. And oh boy, the media buzz? It would be through the roof. Imagine the storylines, reborn in Big D, the new no-fly zone, twin terrors in the secondary. The merch, the hype, the national primetime games, it all multiplies with a player like Jaire in the mix. And let's not forget the NFC East landscape. Philly? They're loaded on offense. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts, they can slice a secondary if you're not ready. Washington? They've got young weapons. The Giants? Well, even they are due for offensive improvements. Point is, Dallas needs to be ready. You can't go to war in this division with just one elite corner and pray the depth holds up. This league is too fast, too strategic, and far too ruthless. You need bullets in the chamber. Alexander is that bullet. Of course, the front office will have their due diligence. They'll look at medicals. They'll talk to coaches, maybe even to Packers insiders, to get a read on what went wrong in Green Bay. But let's not pretend Jaire's issues are insurmountable. Players grow. Situations change. Sometimes, all it takes is a new environment to reignite the fire. And Dallas? That fire burns bright in Big D. It's where stars are born and reborn. So Cowboys Nation, I ask you, is this not destiny knocking on the door? A top-tier cornerback, available at just the right time, with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove? A Cowboys defense, already top 10, sitting just a few pieces away from being truly elite? A front office with just enough wiggle room to make a bold move if they want it badly enough? To me, this isn't just a gift from Green Bay, it's a test from the football gods. Will the Cowboys answer the call? Will Jerry, Steven, and will McClay do what needs to be done? Because make no mistake, if Alexander walks and signs with a rival, or worse, if he ends up somewhere like San Francisco or Philadelphia, the Cowboys could live to regret it. You don't let opportunities like this pass you by in the NFL. You pounce. You seize them. You make it happen. Because championships aren't won with what ifs, they're won with moves like this. So drop a comment below. Let me know, do you want Jaire in Dallas? Would you make the call if you were Jerry? Or do the injury risks scare you off? Let's talk about it. Like this video if you believe Dallas should strike while the iron is hot, and don't forget to subscribe for more Cowboys coverage, free agency updates, and all things NFL. Until next time, this is your guy bringing you the hottest takes from the heart of Cowboys Nation. Let's get it.